Case in point, again, same vendor. Went back another week. He brought in some boxes of stuff I started sifting through and ended up finding several items I was interested in, bundled them, asked him for a price. Got this whole box right here for 10 bucks. Let me show you what's in there. What he figured most of the money was this right here. This is a Campbell Hausfeld airflow regulator and gauge. Okay, so this is for an air compressor, and I actually have one of my air compressors that tends to spend most of its time outdoors being abused. What's actually happened is water has managed to get inside the dial on it. It still works, but I spotted this. I said, oh, that'd be a perfect replacement for that. And I didn't even realize when I first picked it up that it was a combination regulator too. So I don't know what I'm going to use this on necessarily, but it's brand new in the package. It's a model MP1042. I think this is 15 or 20 bucks new, or maybe even more. I don't remember. But I mean, that right there was worth at least 5 or 7 bucks to me. So I got that plus a little can of 3-in-1 oil, about half full. A 3/16 forged USA Craftsman screwdriver with a good tip on it. It's not all chewed up and trashed. Several stainless steel hose clamps. These right here are wide vision filter plates, 4.5 by 5.25 inch, shade number 8, from the Anderson Equipment Company welding supplies. These are the shaded lenses. Okay, package isn't even opened, and I don't know. I think there might be 2 in there. I'm not sure. But the reason why I snagged this was because I thought maybe at some point, if I do some more welding videos, maybe I might want to get some close-up shots of the arc of the weld. And I think if I put one of these in front of my camera lens, if I'm not mistaken, I think I can actually get some arc shots. But I'm not sure whether or not it's going to be able to autofocus, so I'll have to play around and experiment with that. But these I knew I was going to get for practically nothing, just threw them in. An aluminum bicycle pump. This is a Primus, Primus, made in Japan. Works perfectly fine. Judging from the dimple that's in the end here and in here, I think this was originally made to go in a holder on a tube alongside of a bicycle frame. But the reason why I snagged this was because it was a no-brainer to keep this in the camper, so when we go camping with the kids, if they need a little bit of air in the tire, I can straighten them out. And then I spotted this knife in this nice leather holster. I think it's a fillet knife. So I didn't look at it too closely while I was there, mainly because I didn't have my reading glasses on. But yeah, this definitely says fish fillet right on it. And it's got a number on here, S-W766. And then on this side, it's marked Western, stainless steel, USA. Now, I'm not a knife guy, but I think that's actually a high quality knife. Definitely feels sharp. It's got this nice, almost looks like a rosewood handle, brass riveted. So the tang, and I think you call this the tang. The way that this is connected and everything, this seems like a really good quality knife, fillet knife. So I'm gonna have to look that one up. SW766 Western. This is something else I'll show you in a minute. I just looked at previous sold auctions on eBay. Turns out this knife is not only trades for a low of 10 bucks to a high of 30 bucks. So I guess I'll just have to keep it. Throw it on one of my fishing boxes. Not that I do much fish filleting, but yeah, you know, still a good deal. So the other thing that I spotted in his booth that day was this thing. He had just brought this in, and I said to him, I said, what do you want for that thing? He said, I don't know, how about $5? I said, you know if it works? He says, I think so. So I brought it over. Of course, you can see right here, somebody did a little bit of snip, took the ground off. But I plugged it in, and it does work. So the interesting thing I found out about this is that this switch, it's got a kind of like a double duty thing that it's got going here. You have to actually hold it down for a second and release it. That's the starter for the fluorescent tube. So it's a nice magnifying lamp on the the arm there, and it comes with this clamp. So you could clamp this to a regular table worktop. Not going to fit on this workbench. This workbench is too thick. And then just sits down inside there. So that's a deal for $5. Those of you who have seen my other light know that I really like that light, but that's on a standalone pedestal. So kind of buried here right now. I kind of moved it out of the way, but they don't make them like this anymore. All metal arm on this thing. This is all metal. Even this part here is metal. This I bought at an auction, and I remembered in the auction I think they had this, and they also had a lot of other old dental equipment, like an old dentist chair and stuff. So I actually think this may have come out of that old dentist office. But I've never seen one like this, where this is all metal, and the metal arms like this one, and it's got a nice heavy base to it, so it's freestanding. So this has got a bit of a pedigree here. This one says here, made in Sweden. Made in Sweden for the Wasselmark Inc. Leju Lamp division of Norwalk, Connecticut. So it's a Swiss-made magnifying lamp. That probably was pretty expensive when it was new. And then yet still on another weekend when I went to that flea market, same booth again, spotted this. And I immediately realized that that's almost positive that that's a handmade wooden base somebody built for a machinist toolbox. In fact, on the side here, there's even a drill and tap size chart. So I paid $10 for this just because I thought it was nicely made, and I figured I've got somewhere around here I probably got a toolbox that'll fit on there decently. I actually checked, and it's exactly like 26 inches or 26 and a half inches. I think it's 26 and a half inches wide. Yeah, it's 26 and a half inches wide exactly, which is kind of ironic because I have a couple of these 8-draw style Kennedys. These are the wider ones, and unfortunately they measure almost exactly 1/8 to 3/16 of an inch wider. So plus they've got the handles on the side, so they definitely wouldn't fit in that cabinet. So I've got some narrower 7 draws that will fit on there and actually have room to spare on the side, so that's what I'll probably end up having to put up on there. Maybe this was made for like a Gerstner chest or something like that. And this came with whatever contents are in there. Oh, that's right. I forgot. This had the key with it the day that I bought it. And you know what? Just recently, I remember I found a key on my bureau upstairs and couldn't remember what the heck it was for. Now I know. Alright, just went to grab that key. Hopefully this is it. Yep. Alright, see what kind of goodies we have in here. Alright, not a lot to get excited about. Here's a little plastic drawer full of these steel dowel pins. These are handy. Here's another box of them right here. Oh, wait a minute. These have points on them. Oh, there's a pilot, I believe. Boy, this tape that's on here is really stuck on there. It's old. The heck? Got a patent number on it, USA. Is this one of those Afro combs? Picks? Name on it is Goody, G-O-O-D-Y. Pattern files, needle files. Nicholson, 1 dozen assorted. Oh, no. Oh, there's one. One file. No cover. Little disc of metal. Gear. This is marked 112, and judging from the number of teeth, it might actually be a 112 tooth gear. I wonder if this is a gear for a lathe, thread changing gear. For a very small lathe, like a jeweler's lathe. There's a number on here, 01, and it looks like maybe /176. Interesting. Here's a homemade holder. Got a slit cut in it. Got this Allen screw threaded through. So you could put whatever piece you wanted to hold into here. And tighten this down, it would clamp down on it. And there's this insert in there. And judging by the marks on the top here, it looks like maybe they were holding it vertically, maybe to be machined or something. There's several pieces of wood that look like they originally would have been used to make, like maybe he was building some drawers or something. There's some wood sticks. What do we got here? Static clean window decorations. American flags. What's this? What the heck do we have here? Son of a gun. That's a magnet. That's a magnet inside some sort of a coating. I'll tell you why I thought that might be a magnet and why I immediately checked it. This actually reminds me of something I think they used to use with livestock. That you would get the animal to swallow this, and then this would pick up any pieces of metal in the animal's digestive system, and then they would poop it out. As crazy as that sounds. Doesn't smell like it's been used. Of course, maybe they cleaned it afterwards. But I'll tell you, if anybody's got any better ideas what the heck that would be, I'd love to know. Why would you have a magnet in such a strange little case like this? This doesn't come apart. Here's a better look at that thing. Very rounded. It just looks like a big capsule that would lend itself to being a suppository or swallowed or something. But it's got a magnet inside of it. The outside appears to be maybe a plastic coating, or I don't think it's glass. Well, now here's an interesting device I found in the box. It looks military. It's got a very old military look. It's a bit scratched up. It's marked 5067127, 250 RPM, 27 volt DC, Delco Appliance Division, General Motors Corporation, Rochester, New York, made in the USA. It's got a shaft output on this side with a gear on it. Looks to me like originally maybe the wires went in underneath this little saddle clamp and through these openings here and then hooked on the back here somewhere, maybe through these holes. It's supposed to be soldered on maybe here and here. These almost appear to be spring-loaded brushes. It's a very interesting little motor though. Thing's small. So just for the heck of it, I googled that number, that 5067127, and this is the only reference I could find. This is a PDF file. It's a PDF file of a 1948, a July 1948 issue of American Radio and Television, I think it's called. A lot of interesting stuff in there, but in the back, near the end of the issue, of course, the thing's just loaded with advertisements of all kinds of stuff, and there's a lot of Army surplus in here. And lo and behold, we got this company here advertising that they have new guaranteed surplus. And there's several motors, and sure enough, right down here, you see an advertisement for a couple of motors. And there's my motor on the right. So it looks like I'm missing a metal cap. And it's the second one down there. 250 RPM Delco, 5067127, 27 volt PM. I'm assuming that's permanent magnet field. 1 3/4 inch diameter, 3 1/4 inches long. 42 tooth. Got the pitch diameter pinion on a 1/4 inch shaft. A stock number, and they're $2.95 each. I tell you what, back in 1948, that wasn't exactly chicken. So if anybody can tell me what this actually goes to, or what it would have been used in, I'd be very interested. Well, in the bottom of the box, I found the other half of the insert that somebody made for this little jig here. Another gear, metal disc. This key marked toolbox. I wonder if this is a spare key for this drawer, or is this actually... Nope, it's a spare key for this drawer. So I got 2 keys for this little silly drawer of mine. And then other than what's in here, which I'll get to in a moment, this is the only other thing that was in there. Oh, that's interesting. That little metal disc that I just threw off to the side right here looks like maybe it might be like these. One of these. A couple of spacers and a couple of that. Well, that almost looks like a disc for holding a grinding wheel or something. Oh, look at that! And there's little bushings in there. I wonder if these were shop made to hold a grinding wheel or cutting disc or something on an arbor. So I don't know what that is. What we got in here? 1900 watts. Oh my. Uh-oh. Oh, I don't like that. I don't know what the hell that is. That could be toxic. Okay. I think this is some sort of like a jeweler's rouge type of material. for like lapping or something like that. And then maybe these, I don't know. So I think the 1900 might be a rating of the grit or fineness of it, maybe. That's what I think. Somebody might know for sure what the heck that is. I just think that this belonged to somebody who had a very, again, I think this might be a change gear for a very small jeweler's vice. So I think that whoever had this box was doing really fine work. So all we have left in here is this box and its little goodies. We have some nylon screws. Well, we got some little knurled knobs. What that is. Oh, hold on. That might be a tool for these. I think maybe you put these snaps on what you want to put them on, and then you probably use this tool. Give it a bash, and that crimps that over and installs the snap on whatever you want. And that looks like a male snap right there. Yeah, that's what this is. These little snaps, like on a coat or something like that. What are these? They look like precision machined little tubes. Somebody engraved 104 on this one. Nasty ancient masking tape stuck to them. This one doesn't look like it's marked. I don't know what those are. Look at these little things. Little knurled knobs or something. These are marked Cajun, C-A-J-O-N. Ultra Tor, T-O-R-R. Okay, these are stainless steel Ultra Tor vacuum fitting adapter. 1/2 inch Ultra Tor fitting by 5/8 inch tube stub. That's a bigger version of it, I guess. That says 1/2 inch. But this is the website that I found when I plugged in that, I Googled that number. So, what are you supposed to do with these? Maybe that's what these tubes are. They don't seem to fit together. Interesting. Then here's like a whole bunch of tiny versions of those. And here's a bag full of O-rings, tiny ones. I wonder what this guy was making. The hell is that? Guess that could be a small funnel, huh? This guy might have been some kind of mad scientist. Maybe that powder's radioactive. Where's a Geiger counter when you need one?